First bad habit to break is talking bad about others. This also goes for those of you that leave negative comments to content creators, to celebrities, or even to your friends and family members without them knowing it's you. When it comes to talking bad about others, it says more about you than what you're saying about the other person. So keep that in mind. There's no need to talk bad about others. There's no need to be hateful against others. And the best thing to do is sometimes to keep certain things to yourself, especially if it's going to hurt the other person. Like I said, whatever you are about to say or type to that particular person, it might just say more about you than them. Another bad habit to break is excessive shopping for no reason. I know we live in different times right now. I know everyone seems to be obsessed with over-consumerism, and I totally understand that a lot of things are advertised more to us now than ever, but the best thing that you can do for yourself and your bank account is to break those bad shopping habits. As you get older, you will regret more than half of the things that you purchase because you technically didn't need to purchase them after all. You're going to probably wish you had that money saved instead of spending it on material items, pointless material items. So try to eliminate your screen time. I know a lot of things are advertised when it comes to watching any type of video or streaming app. A lot of things are advertised to us on a 24/7 basis these days. And I know it can be hard to break a shopping addiction. Again, I used to have one, but the one thing that helped me was stepping away from social media and trying to distract my mind, whether it was cleaning, whether it was cooking, whether it was going for a walk. Distract my mind from constantly thinking about shopping or going shopping. That's what truly helped me. And also adopting a minimalist lifestyle. I know that's not for everybody, but try to find something that you like just as much as shopping. What if you like to draw just as much as you like to shop? I know that sounds weird, but perhaps color a picture, listen to some relaxing music, calm yourself down instead of feeding into that constant need or want to shop for things you don't need. Cutting people off. I will be honest with you guys, I am not perfect. I never try to look perfect for you guys. I always try to be as honest as possible. There are a few people that I have cut off in my life that I wish I would have been a little bit less abrasive with it or less blunt. That is a really bad habit of myself, and now that I'm older and a little bit more wiser, I wouldn't cut off people like that. I would try to explain on why we would need to take a break or just talk more. Like, talking can go a long way with a person that you don't agree with. And the way I would cut off the friends that I had was in a very unprofessional way. So that was a bad habit of mine, and I have learned from my mistakes, and that is something that I would not do ever again to another human being, because it is not nice, and I wouldn't want someone to do that to me. So always think of yourself. Whatever you are about to do to someone else, think of it like, would you want someone to do that to you? We are all guilty of this one, including myself, and that is excessive screen time. With this being my job, I have learned to take a step back from my phone, my laptop, the projector. Like, I have learned to take a step back, read a cookbook, or do something other than being glued to the phone 24/7. There were times where I was feeling so nauseous, and I was wondering to myself, why am I feeling nauseous? Why am I feeling so tensed in my neck, in my upper back? And I used to think like, all right, maybe it's because I didn't eat enough today. Is it because I'm catching something? But most of the time it was because I was spending too much time on tech devices. There have been studies proving that tech devices can cause tension with our necks because we're constantly looking down. Even if we were to look like this, like, not everyone is able to like text like this, read like this 24/7, where our neck is supposed to be up and our shoulders are supposed to be relaxed. So with that being said, this causes a lot of tension, and for some people it can cause you to feel very nauseous, like myself, if I am editing for a good 2 to 3 hours, then that is it. I stop myself at the 3 hour mark. I will take a break. You're technically supposed to take a break with your eyes every like 20 minutes. Look away, blink for 20 seconds or something like that. I'm not sure like the full eye rule, but you are supposed to look away if you're spending too much time on tech devices. So keep that in mind, you guys. With excessive screen time, not only can it be straining your eyes, but it can also make you feel very tense and a little nauseous. Another bad habit to break is lack of exercise. This is something that I'm on and off about. I feel like a lot of us are, especially when we get busy. We tend to put our busy life first before exercising, and it should be the opposite. Even if you only have 15 to 20 minutes to spare, exercising is so important. I have learned this throughout the years, especially with gaining the amount of weight that I've gained, having more of a stationary job than a go job. So I have noticed a difference with my body. I exercise around 3 to 4 times a week. I do want to boost that up though to every day. I know that sounds crazy, but even the days I don't go to the gym, I want to be able to do a little 15-minute workout at home just to move my body. Like I said, I have a very stationary job, so moving your body is so important, especially with those of us that are getting older. I'm in my 30s now, and I have noticed quite a few things changing with my body and my energy levels changing. I'm not that as energetic as I was when I was in my 20s, so I have been noticing the difference when you don't move your body. Negative self-talk. I am a huge negative self-talker. I've gotten better throughout the years. A lot of you have seen my mood fluctuate. Going back to the first thing I said, I was dealing with a lot of negative people online, a lot of people bringing me down due to how I look, how I come on camera, how boring my videos are. And this job has definitely gotten to me over the years, and it has made me think more negative daily until I started to switch my mentality a couple months back and try to enjoy life more and be happier more and hope for the best, because life isn't all about negativity. You have to balance the good with the bad, and that's what I'm learning. So negative self-talk is not going to help you, you guys. It didn't help me at all. It actually put me deeper in the hole. So try to not to put yourself down. That's the best way I can put it. I know it sounds so simple and easier said than done. Trust me, I am that kind of person to think negative before positive, and my partner always calls me out on it. And I want to change that because I don't want to live my life as this negative, bitter woman. I want to be positive, not just for the people around me, but for myself. I want to be happy with the life that I live, and I just want to be happy. So I have finally stopped with reading the negative comments. I stopped letting them get to me, and I stopped letting myself get to myself. I know that sounds so redundant, but like I said, I am my worst critics, like most of us, and I'm learning to give myself grace. Skipping meals, we're not doing that anymore. Like, if you are skipping meals, do not do that. The only meal I skip is breakfast, and it's technically not skipping because I always have green juice in replace, or some kind of juice, in replace of breakfast, or I'll have like a big thing of water. So I never was really a breakfast type of person. When I wake up, I don't really get hungry like that, but some days are different than others. Like I said, I'll have some green juice, which is technically like having a blended salad first thing in the morning. I know, not the most appetizing to some people, but try your best not to skip meals. I remember when I was younger, especially when I was super busy and working 12 to 13 hours, there were days that I only ate one meal. There were days where I only ate like a tiny cup of soup because I was like, oh, I'm fine, I got this. I really don't need to eat today. Your body needs food in order to fuel yourself. Like, a lot of people feel skipping meals can make you thinner. Skipping meals can make you feel lighter, and that is silly. You do not need to skip meals, okay? Meals are very important. Food is important to your overall health. Whether you can afford a healthy meal or not, food is just still important because that's what fuels you. That's what makes you get up every morning. That's what makes you keep going. That's what makes your body keep going, I should say. Yeah, so stop skipping meals. If you are, this is your sign to, even if you do intermittent fasting, technically like myself, I do intermittent fasting, I still have something in the morning, a little bit of something. And then I'll have my full meals filled with protein, carbs, greens, lunch, and dinner. And then of course, once in a while, I will have a little dessert because life isn't perfect. Another bad habit to break, and this is a bad habit that I am learning to not do anymore, and that is not spending time with family. I have a very, very small family. I will be honest with you guys. I've been through a lot in my life. I don't talk about the things that I've been through on my channel because it's very personal, but the family members that I have, I cherish. Even though my sisters and I don't agree, we all live different lifestyles. I live in a total different area than they live, but I put our differences aside and I try to spend as much time as I can with my sisters, my niece and nephew, my mother, whether it's out and about or whether it's in your house at the table, chilling, eating a good meal or ordering a pizza and just talking. Spending time with family is crucial because no one is here forever and you will never ever get that time back. So instead of spending all your time scrolling, call any family member that's important or a friend that's important. Call them over or go over their house and spend actual time with one another instead of on these devices. Because I guarantee you, 10, 20, 30 years from now, you're going to wish you had the chance to call them and go over their house or have them come over yours. So just like spend time with them, give them a hug. You're going to wish you were able to do that. So instead of wishing to do that, why not do it right now when everybody is here? I think like the new thing everyone's saying is collect your flowers while you're alive. It makes so much sense to me. For those of you that get it, you get it. For those of you that don't, it's okay. It's just like this little saying that's going around. Basically, enjoy the people that you have around you because it won't be forever. Of course, there wouldn't be a list without me mentioning this on my channel, and that is clutter and disorganization. If you are feeling overwhelmed with the home that you are living in, the space that you're living in, it's time to declutter. It's time to organize. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be aesthetically pleasing. You do not have to buy a bunch of bins that you see online. Everyone's buying different containers to put a product in that was already in a container. You do not have to do that, okay? You do not have to spend money. All you really have to do, figure out the things that you don't need anymore, figure out the things that are broken, get rid of those things, keep the things that you do want, and find a designated space for them. And the last thing on this list is so important, and this is for every adult out there, and that is stop ignoring your bills and your debt. I know life is short. I know we're supposed to enjoy life, but we're also supposed to be responsible adults. So if you are that person that has been ignoring your credit card debt because you think it's going to magically disappear, or your student loan debt, it's not. You're gonna have to pay it, or you're gonna have to deal with the consequences years from now of having bad credit or bad debt, which is far worse than anything because you won't be able to get a loan. You'll get denied for a lot of things that you probably would like to purchase in the far future. So the best thing to do when it comes to breaking this habit is to pay your bills on time. Pay your debt. Even if it's a ton of money, try your best to pay your debt off. Even if you have to get a second job, it is not forever. Once when you're clear with your debt and you're ahead with your bills, you don't have to keep that second job forever unless you want to save faster, then it's a good idea to keep it. But the most important thing is to pay your bills as they come in or before they come in, and to pay your debt before it goes to a collection agency. That is so, so important, especially with being an adult in the US where everything is built on your credit score. You know, whether you want to get a nice car, whether you want to get a nice house or a small house, or whatever you want that's a big purchase and you need a loan for, they're not going to judge you on how good of a person you are, how kind of a person you are. They're going to judge you on your credit score. Anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what bad habit you have been trying to break or that you have broken in this past new year.